Welcome back, my friend. It's good to sit with you again. Just you and me. No noise, no distractions. Last time we talked, I shared some thoughts about consistency, about a quiet young man named David, and the power of small, daily steps. Today, I want to go deeper. Because after that talk, I kept thinking about something. I kept thinking about all the people who hear that message, who believe it in their hearts, but still feel stuck. They say, Mr. Parker, I get it. I want to be consistent, but I just can't. I try and I fall back. My old patterns win every time. I wake up with hope and I go to bed with guilt. And that, right there, is the real battle. So today, let's sit together and talk about how to actually build better habits. Not just for English, but for your whole life. See, most people think change is a big, dramatic decision. They think you wake up one morning, you scream to the ceiling, I will be different. And suddenly, magic happens. Your whole life transforms. No. That is not how humans work. Change is not a decision. Change is a design. You don't change your life by screaming at it. You change your life by building a small, silent system, a tiny habit, that carries you forward even when your motivation is dead and buried. Let me paint a picture for you. Your brain. Your beautiful, messy human brain. It is like a jungle. A thick, green, wild jungle. Every time you take an action, every single thought or behavior, you are cutting a path through that jungle. The first time you do something new, oh, it is so hard. You are slicing through thick bushes with a knife. Your arms burn. You sweat. You feel lost. You want to stop. That is the first day of any new habit. There is no path yet, only wild resistance. But here is the quiet magic. Every time you repeat that same action, the path gets a little cleaner. The sharp branches get pushed back. The rough ground becomes smooth. After a few weeks, it is no longer a wild jungle trail. It becomes a dirt road. After a few months, that dirt road becomes a smooth, paved highway. And one day, your brain just follows that highway. Automatically. No fighting. No drama. No exhausting internal war. That is a real habit. It is a road you have built inside yourself. Now, this is where most people break. They try to build a massive highway in one single day. They say, I will study English for 2 hours every morning at 5 a.m. But their brain has no road for that. None. It is pure, thick jungle. So after 3 days, they are bleeding, exhausted, defeated, and they quit. And then, the worst part, they attack themselves. They whisper, I am so lazy. I am so broken. I have no discipline. And that self-hatred, it burns the jungle down completely. But listen to me carefully. You are not weak. You are not broken. You just tried to build a highway with your bare hands in one afternoon. That is not a character flaw. That is just a bad strategy. The secret to building habits that actually stick is to make them so small, so tiny, that your brain has no reason to fight back. I mean microscopically small, ridiculously small. Small enough that your inner resistance just shrugs and says, fine, whatever, I don't care. Because when the task is tiny, the jungle does not feel dangerous. You step in, you cut one branch, and you step out. No pain, no sweat, no trauma. And then you do it again tomorrow. And slowly, so slowly you don't even notice, the path forms. I remember a young woman who once came to me, a mother of 2 small children, a full-time job, a mountain of responsibilities. She was always exhausted, always running, always drowning in guilt. She wanted to learn English, desperately, but her brain kept screaming, there is no time, there is no time. Every time she tried to build a study habit, she failed. The jungle was too thick. Life was too heavy. So I said to her, let's do something strange. Let's build the smallest habit in the history of the world. She looked at me, confused. I said, tomorrow morning, when you wake up, I want you to put on an English song. Just one song. Just 1 minute long. While you brush your teeth. Don't study it. Don't write anything. Don't analyze grammar. Just listen. Then stop. That's it. That's the whole habit. She laughed. 1 minute. That's nothing. Exactly, I said. It's so small, your brain has no excuse. The jungle doesn't even notice you there. So she tried it. 1 minute. Brushing her teeth. A song playing. Day 1. Done. Day 2. Done. A week passed. Then 2 weeks. And something strange started to happen. Her brain began to expect it. The teeth brushing and the song. They became connected. Like friends holding hands. She didn't need willpower anymore. It was just what she did. And then, without me saying anything, she started wanting more. 1 minute became 3. 3 became 5. She started humming the words, then singing them. And one evening, months later, she sent me a voice message. Her voice was shaking. "Mr. Parker," she said, "I just watched a whole movie in English. And I understood, not everything, but I understood the story. I felt it. I cried. And I smiled because I knew. The tiny, stupid 1 minute habit. It had built a highway." That is the power of starting small. Your brain is not your enemy. It is just a cautious, ancient machine designed to save energy and avoid pain. When you try to fight it with giant, heroic efforts, it will panic and shut down. But when you approach it with gentleness, with a tiny request so small it feels almost silly, your brain opens the door. And once the door is open, you can walk through. So here is my simple, practical advice for you today. If you want to build a reading habit, read 1 paragraph. 1. Then close the book and celebrate. If you want to build a writing habit, write 1 sentence. That's it. You are done. You won. If you want to build a speaking habit, say 1 word out loud to yourself in the mirror. Just 1. Then smile and walk away. Does this sound too easy? Good. That's the point. The goal is not to become fluent tomorrow. The goal is to stop breaking promises to yourself. The goal is to build trust with your own heart again. Because every time you set a tiny goal and achieve it, you send a message to your soul. I am reliable. I show up. I keep my word. And another thing, something so important, never attach your habit to a big result. Don't say, "I will read 1 paragraph so I can become fluent in 6 months. No, that puts pressure. That puts expectation. Just say, "I will read 1 paragraph because I am a person who reads." That's who I am now. The action itself is the win. The process is the prize. When you fall in love with the process, not the outcome, you become unstoppable. Because the outcome might take years, but the process, that is available to you right now, today, in this very moment. Also, learn to forgive yourself. You will miss a day. Life will punch you in the face. You will get sick. You will be tired. You will have a terrible day where everything goes wrong. And you will skip your tiny habit. The old you, the harsh inner critic, will scream, "See, you failed again. You're a loser." But I want you to learn a new response. I want you to say it's okay. I'm human. Tomorrow is another chance. And then, critically, you must not let it become 2 days. 1 missed day is an accident. 2 missed days is a new habit forming. Never skip twice. That is the golden rule. Forgive the first miss. Refuse the second. And please, change your environment. This is so simple, but so many people ignore it. Your environment shapes your habits more than your willpower ever will. If you want to listen to English, keep your earphones on your pillow, not in a drawer. If you want to read, put the book on your pillow, not on a high shelf. Make the good habit easy to reach and the bad habit hard to reach. If social media steals your time, hide the app. Put it in a folder. Delete it for a week. Don't rely on heroic self-control. Design your surroundings so the right choice is the easy choice. Lazy is not a sin. Lazy is human. Work with your laziness, not against it. One more thing, my friend. Don't build habits alone if you can help it. Find a partner. Find a community. Maybe a friend who is also learning. Maybe an online group. Maybe just one person you send a message to every day saying done. When someone else is watching, even gently, even kindly, your brain treats the promise differently. It becomes a social contract. And humans, we hate breaking social contracts. We hate letting people down. So use that. Use that beautiful human need for connection. Share your tiny goal with someone you trust. Let them cheer for you when you win. And on the days you fail, let them remind you that you are still worthy, still good, still on the path. So, let's end where we began. You are not weak. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You just need a better design. You need tiny, laughably small habits. You need patience like a tree growing in slow motion. You need to forgive yourself when you stumble. And you need to keep showing up, not because you hate who you are, but because you love who you are becoming. The jungle is waiting. But today, you don't need to build a highway. You just need to cut one branch. Just one. And then another tomorrow. That is how better habits are built. That is how lives are quietly, beautifully, permanently changed. Thank you for listening, my friend. Now, go choose your tiny habit. 1 minute, 1 sentence, 1 word, and know that I am proud of you already. Until next time, keep walking, keep building, and I will see you on the other side.